I'm hot, I'm radiating heat.
Scientists and researchers use amazing tools to help better understand our world, like this camera that uses infrared technology to show geothermal data. It's hot stuff in the world of environmental science, and it's the subject of this episode of Project Earth.
When you're looking at thermal imaging, infrared radiation is not the temperature of objects per se, it's their temperature difference with the background.
We're at the Virginia Institute of Marine Science, or VIMS. We're learning about some of the tools that researchers and scientists use to learn more about our planet.
My name is Kirk Havens, and I'm the Assistant Director of the Center for Coastal Resources here at VIMS at William & Mary.
And Kirk is bringing the heat when it comes to using thermal imaging to see things in science that we might miss with the naked eye.
So there we go. See how hot it is under the wings, and that's radiating out.
In fact, Kirk literally wrote the book on this subject.
What you have behind me is a thermal image of, I think, me. And you can see what we're looking at is the radiation coming off my body. So you can see me pretty well. You can see the heat in the white kind of orange areas. But if I lift my hand up here, this area back here, which is actually this screen, it's hot. And you can see you kind of lose my hand in that image. This is a drone, and this particular one actually has a thermal imaging camera on it here that's gimbal mounted. And so, that allows us to fly this and get thermal imaging along a surface area or along a shoreline. And in it, it has what's called a detector. And a detector actually is sensitive to temperature, but that converts that radiation and that temperature sensitivity of the material into electrical discharge. It allows you to see an image.
This technology was developed by the military to provide an obvious advantage when dealing with adversaries who employ camouflage or hide in darkness. And law enforcement also uses it to search for missing persons or fugitives.
And so that's kind of the same concept when you're looking for animals in the landscape. And so animals have developed over eons to camouflage themselves. That's how they survive. But when you're dealing with thermal imaging, that whole pattern and coloration camouflage goes away. And so now you're just looking at the radiating heat coming off of them.
As this technology has become more accessible, scientists and researchers use it as well.
In the past, it used to be helicopters or planes. But a drone is much less expensive, so you can just fly those over areas of interest and be able to do the same type of stuff. You used to have to pay a lot of money for a helicopter.
Scientists at VIMS use this technology to detect harmful contaminants that enter our waterways from some of the most undesirable sources.
Say you have a failing septic system and it's leaking into your creek system. Well, you should be able to see that. It's going to be a different temperature than your creek water. And so that's really important from a human health perspective and from a marine environmental perspective, from how it might impact shellfish in the area and things of that sort.
Additionally, researchers at VIMS use the technology to better understand the wildlife in riparian zones.
Riparian means the land that's adjacent to a waterway. And so those forested lands or other lands that are right next to the waterway, we'd really like to know what kind of animals and how many animals are actually inhabiting it. And so you could make counts of animals that are in there, and which is really difficult if you're just looking visually because, again, they're camouflaged mostly. And so this allows you to pick out, count out how many animals are there, how much it may be contributing to some type of bacterial contamination of the water.
And of the things that Kirk has contributed to helping us understand the world better, the great gift is reminding us that science is fun.
A little poop there, and that's still radiating heat. See him walking away from it.